Thank you for being here on time. Some of you are. You're here today for an arraignment. That's the process where the judge tells you what you're charged with and asks you how you wish to plead to the charge. This gentleman at the front table is Mr. Keith Stickley. He's the chief public defender. He's here to assist if assistance is needed and perhaps provide advice. He's certainly going to tell you to not say anything. Also present is Mr. Timothy George, who is the deputy city attorney for the city of Three Rivers on some of the ordinance cases. And I get to have my name on the front, is Judge Middleton. I don't know who's here, so let's sort of take roll. They haven't brought me the list yet. Is Thomas Blair here? Danielle Brackett? Booker Jenkins? Jason Kiesler? Pablo Pena? Michael Phelps? Cody Smith? Carrie Walls? And a lot of people that are here. Lonnie Williams is here. Well, maybe some stragglers will come wandering in, but we'll go with who we've got. Let's start with Lonnie Daniel Williams. Mr. Williams, did you come up? This is file number 26251OT, People versus Lonnie D. Williams. Mr. Williams, you got charged under Three Rivers ordinance with driving without a valid license. Let's take a look at it. You get lots of these. We have one almost every single arraignment day. You got the ticket on February 13th at 8:30 at night in Sturgis, no, in Three Rivers, Wood Street and Michigan Avenue. Driving on a valid license. Stopped for a brake light and a license plate out. You had Michigan ID card. They actually put you in jail on some failed to appear other warrants. You have $1,846 worth of unpaid fines and costs, including careless driving, driving suspended, old drinking driving. You just got a driving suspended in 2025. Anyway, this charge, they didn't charge you with driving suspended. They charged no valid operator's license. Misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. Carries 2 points on your driving record. How do you plead to that charge?
Not guilty.
I might put you in jail for this. First of all, could you give him a Kleenex? Could take your gum out.
Sure.
You keep driving and you keep not paying your fines. And normally there's a fine case for driving without a valid license. But I've already given you a bunch of fines which you haven't paid, including an old drinking driving charge from 6 years ago. You still haven't paid that off from 2020. You're apparently on some sort of payment plan, the kind where you don't make any payment. So normally I wouldn't appoint a lawyer for you. One thing they may do is amend this to driving suspended. That's the accurate charge. The officer gave you a break. But I can't just keep giving you a fine that you don't pay and you just can't keep driving. How'd you get here today?
I rode with somebody.
Where are they?
How's that?
Where are they?
In the parking lot.
All right, good morning. Haven't seen you in a while. Let's make sure Mr. Williams didn't drive here. All right, defendant plead not guilty. This is jail possible. So I'll appoint an attorney. Are you working somewhere?
No.
All right, are you still actually living in Sturgis or are you living in Three Rivers?
Sturgis.
I didn't get any of the advice of rights. Did they give you an advice of rights? I don't know what you were doing driving around in Three Rivers at 8:30 at night. but you can't keep driving. So I'll appoint an attorney and I'll set the attorney pretrial for May 1st. Oh boy, that's law day. Gonna be an ugly day. Every year on Law Day at 9 o'clock in the morning, we have a Liberty Bell Awards ceremony. Probably be in this courtroom this year. Well, it'll be over on the other side. Be right in the middle of Friday morning pre-trials. Not ideal, but we'll make the best of it. I'll set that for 8:30. Who's the person that drove you here?
My girlfriend,
What's her name?
Amber.
She's out in the parking lot?
Yes.
All right, we'll make sure of that. Stop driving. You've got $1,846 worth of unpaid tickets, including an old seatbelt ticket that goes all the way back to 2017. Driving suspended 2020, operating intoxicated 2020, careless driving 2020, driving suspended 21, driving suspended last year. At some point, the chickens come home to roost. So don't make it worse. I also want to see how much you pay between now and when I see you next. I want you to continue to pay on these old tickets.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Williams, I'll take you out to the counter.
Have a good day.
All right, thank you. I'll see you in May. That is not ideal. The April first Friday of the month is Good Friday, so the courthouse is closed that day for a state holiday. They may move that, but right now there was some talk of turning Good Friday into Juneteenth, but that's a Supreme Court holiday, so the courts are required to be closed. I think is the way it works. Anyway, we're not open that day. And Mr. George and Mr. Reed are not available on March 27th. And Judge Pattison didn't want me to put everything on April 17th, so I bumped it. It's really going to be a difficult day. And as I said, we usually stop everything and do a ceremony at 9 o'clock. Sheesh. We'll have to discuss that. All right, we got a bunch of more people that have come in here who aren't on the list. We'll get to you in a minute. Philip Thorne, or Thorpe, I guess it is. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Your case was added on here, though it was always supposed to be on here, but somehow they missed it. So let's find the file again.
Thank you.
Here it is. All right, this is an ordinance case. You're Philip Nolan Thorpe. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
File number here is 241497. This is a 2-year-old case. Let's take a look at it. It's actual formal complaint filed by the Three Rivers Police Department. It's alleged you're at the Walmart store on June 20th of 2024.
This was in 24, right, sir?
Correct. June.
Like, I never knew it until a policeman pulled me over and said, you got a warrant. I just went right to the police station and paid $50. I had no idea. Like, I remember the incident when I didn't scan something.
Well, I believe you.
And then what was it they told me I signed? It said I only signed to allow them to take my picture.
Well,
I don't remember a
they
charge.
get a warrant, and then nobody ever bothers to serve the warrant.
No, sir.
So how did you get stopped for a tail light?
He stopped me. I have no idea, sir.
So yeah, when did you realize that there was a charge?
I had some trouble with a mentally ill son, so he recognized me. That's not why he pulled me over, though. I have no idea why he pulled me over.
All right, so you got pulled over on a traffic stop, and
I don't know. I wasn't doing anything wrong. He just pulled me over and automatically got out and said, "You got a warrant." And then he kind of leaned and said, "Oh, I recognize you from somewhere." And when I explained this, when they
well, I know this happens all the time.
Pardon?
You get a warrant, and then they put it in a cigar box somewhere, and I don't know what happens to it, but they don't.
But I went straight that day and
they don't try to serve
paid
it.
my $50 though. What did I pay anyway? Like a bond or
A
what?
bond, yes.
Okay.
Here's the allegation that you were at we get a blue million of these.
Should I have got some in the mail, or that day they should have told me I was actually charged?
No, they got a warrant, and the officer that got the warrant, who was Sam Smallcombe or the original, then they never did anything.
He called the Three Rivers Police Station. They said, "We don't want that guy, but come pay the bond," which was cool.
Well, let me tell you what the allegation is. Josh, we're going to be a while before we get here. Probably be 9 or so before I'm ready for any of the.
He actually said I shoplifted something, sir.
Yes.
It was when I misscanned something. I never left the store or anything.
All right. Well, let me tell you what they allege. I hate self-scan. If you've heard me discuss this before.
Never touched it since then, that's for sure.
I don't use it either, but we get lots of them. And it says they have live scan footage, and they watch you skip scan some items. They watched as you scanned a packet of needles and bags.
Yeah, we had 2 needles, sir.
Stop interrupting me. Let me finish. They scanned a packet of needles and bagged a toaster. Then he scans a Danish and bags a pair of shoes. They stopped Thorpe at the door and conducted a receipt check. He was accompanied to the office. Items were returned. The toaster was $14.96, and the shoes were $2,998. I think it means $29.98, with a combined total of $44.94. So apparently you didn't scan a toaster and you didn't scan the shoes, is what the allegation is. So they issued a warrant for your arrest in August of 2024, and you didn't get to catch up with you until.
What was the date of the incident, sir?
The date of the incident was June 20th of 2024. So Mr. Timothy George is here. Mr. George, is this the type of case you would reduce to a civil infraction?
Yes, sir.
Do you still live at Harwood Lake?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, so you never moved or went anywhere.
Everything's
All right.
exactly the same.
This is a misdemeanor. It's punishable under Three Rivers Ordinance by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Mr. Tim George, the Three Rivers City Attorney, would dismiss that charge and amend it to a civil infraction. Three Rivers has a civil infraction for retail fraud. And a civil infraction is not a crime. It's like running a stop sign or a speeding ticket. The fine for it is $100 as opposed to $225. You've paid $50 of bond. If you admit to the civil infraction, I'm going to use $50 of your bond and fine you an additional $50 for a total of $100.
And I won't have to come back and,
No.
oh, just give me that, sir, please.
All right. So
I'll owe you 50 right now.
yes. All right. So do you know, with a civil infraction?
Am I going to be like a felon or anything? No.
No.
Holy shit.
It's not even a crime.
Don't get me wrong, sir. That day, the lady actually touched me, man, and I thought that's why they kind of. Don't get me wrong, I did nothing wrong, but that misscan.
It's not even a crime. It's a civil infraction.
Yeah.
All right. So apparently, so you don't plead guilty or not guilty. You admit or don't admit. So do you admit on that day that you had a toaster and a pair of work shoes?
I'm good just to get the hell out of here for $50. That's it. Thank you, man. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, for a civil infraction. That's a great resolution maker by the Three Rivers and Sturgis, having a civil infraction for retail fraud. All right, fine and cost is $100. I'll apply $50 of bond. $50 is due. Can you pay that today or do you?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'll never have to come back, right?
Right.
Man, thank you.
Well, you're welcome to come back. This is a public courtroom. Anybody can come in anytime they wish. But no, you don't have to come back. All right, sir. It's a civil infraction, retail fraud. You
Pay you right now or out here? Out in the,
go out to the counter. The court
Okay.
officer will take you out. You can pay the $50, and this matter's over and done with. You can go out to breakfast, go to Yoder's and get a donut before you head back to Harwood Lake. Anyway, you're done here and you're good to go, sir.
Body waves did not drive.
All right, very good.
thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Good luck, sir.